Hello, Chris and Angel. How are you? This is Gordon here. Finally, right now it's quiet, and I have opportunity to make this presentation. Sorry, this is my first time to take the videos, and there's a learning curve for that. I spend a lot of time trying to figure out how to make my face bright enough to see. In the meantime, making my presentation bright enough to see. Unfortunately, I find out that it's maybe not impossible to do both. So right now you're supposed to see my face clear, but in order for you to see my presentation, I may have to out of the frame for a while, but you can hear my voice. So let's begin. So for this course, I do learn a lot. So the first reflection is my three most important learnings. The first important learning is the effectiveness of the qualitative research method is very high, I feel. In terms of discovering the deep needs from the people accurately, and also in terms of finding what people really feel through the service of what they say. So the second important learning I had is the richness of the tools we can use in this quantitative research. For example, observation and persona, also journey map and empathy map, also cultural probes and activity journal, also co-design and storytelling board. Unfortunately, we are not able to use all of them, but we have the chance to practice most of them, which is very good. The second important learning I had is the unique mind-side quantitative research emphasis. This is the most impressive ones to me are users are not objects or data points, but the owner of the truth. I feel that's very true, and I feel that way now. Also, everything is data. As Chris said, everything is data. What do you feel? What do you see? What do you observe? Everything is data. Also, for this semester, we should focus on the why and how, not what, when, and where. I think that's very helpful. So from the voices from the SBOs, I feel the richness of the SBO language is so unbelievable. I think they got bigger fish to fry. That's from Patty, a designer for whom we interviewed. Nobody answered my goddamn emails. That's from Michael, an architect we interviewed. I would never ask RBC to develop this. They are not creative enough to bother. That's from Jordan, an importer we interviewed. So and so on. Many of these words is rich of the emotions, and the richness of the information is so unbelievable. So all these direct voices from the clients contain very high, rich emotion piece and can be so touchable. Also, after grouping and sorting them, it is surprisingly start to show a pattern which point to a clear theme. It is different from actually feeling that from only read that from a textbook. After I see the pattern showings from our group meeting, and I really touch the powerfulness of this kind of method to dig out the deep feelings of the people. Also, so many insights can be generated from one interview conversation alone. So I really cannot imagine what if we have more opportunity to do more observations. Unfortunately, this time, I think the time was pretty short, and we did not have many chances to go to clients' place to observe them, which I think that somewhere can be improved in future. My reflections number 3 is becoming a better manager. So right now, because right now I'm a manager, small team right now in my work. So the main challenge I have is, I think as a manager, one of the core job we have to do is developing, cultivating, and also motivating the team members. And because you won't be success unless your team do. But it is very difficult. Most of the time, you can understand the deep feeling and the true needs the employee wants. From my observation, in most of the case, it is not about the money. So the main barrier for that is the manager does not always know what the employee truly think, only through what they say. They maybe because of the polite, because of the hesitancy, some sort of hesitancy, your employee choose respond to you in a trying to polite and professional way. But it does not necessarily mean that's what they need or what they deeply expected. I feel it is a challenge to find out that as a manager. However, after this course, I think right now I have one solution for that. It is use the quantitative research mindset and methodology to do that. So first, we can do observation about what the employee do and what's on their desk, what's on their computer, what kind of documents or music they likes. So we can do that observation. Also, we can do interviews, but in casual way, not formal interviews. For example, lunchtime and the team assembly time, we can do those interviews in a casual way. Also, we can, while we're doing those interviews, we can use a bunch of the tools we learned from this course. For example, empathy map, culture probes, even co-creation with the employees. So all this, the goal is to discover the deep needs, what the employee in the bottom of their heart, what they really care about. And I think to understand that point is very important. It's very important to motivate, to find the where can motivate the team member most. Again, from my experience, it is not always the money. My fourth reflection is the further exploration, what I would like to do. So in future, if I have a further chance, I would like to do deeper research and further practice on both design and implementation of various type of culture probes. So in this course, because we know the culture probes are pretty late, and we only have the chance to design one set of probes and use inside one interviews. But I found that surprisingly works surprisingly well. For the interviews before that interview, the warm-up time will take probably 10 to 15 minutes, and then after that the clients start to touch some deep points, which is more valuable to find the insights. But for that specific interview, with the probes, only 5 minutes, the clients start to contribute some really interesting and real feeling about that. I guess the reason behind that is the client did not think through what he really feeling correlated to the topic or the question we're gonna ask. Because in order to avoid the bias, normally we will not let the client know too much details about the interview and the questions. So that's why it takes them quite a while to figure out, to understand, and then to contribute. But with those probe tools, it works really fast. Unfortunately, we don't have many times or chance to practice those probes to make our pencil sharper. And if in future there's an opportunity, I would like to do that. And the second further exploration is on the co-creation method. Unfortunately, this time we have no chance at all to do the co-creation with the clients. Part of the reason is the small business owner, they are pretty busy, and we don't have a pretty solid setup or arrangement with them for this time, for them to contribute more time to do the co-creation with us together. But I think that is a very powerful tools, and definitely I need further research and try in future. So that is my brief recap of what I have learned from this course, and thank you guys very much for teaching us, and I did learn a lot. Sorry, this is my first time to do study in this area. My background is engineering, so it may not be catch up many things or knowledge from this course for now, but I do see the power from this method. Okay, so thank you very much for your teaching, and hopefully we can meet sometime, maybe in future courses. Okay, thank you, bye bye.